So this is a good segue, and we were supposed to be talking about wheeling adventures today. It was one
Yes.
of the things that was suggested. And while this isn't exactly a wheeling adventure, do you want to tell me about what happens when law enforcement is not aware of the historical
Oh,
plates?
yes. So certain law enforcement people do not know about that, and I had a 45 Willys MB, and Neil was driving the 48 CJ2A that's actually used in our logo. And you had, would you have 48 plates on that, or do
Oh
you
yeah,
just? Okay.
oh yeah. We have historical plates on
So
there as
so
well,
we're going as fast as stock Willys with Warren motors can go,
smoking
smoking.
and
Very
about 30 miles with a stiff wind at our back.
and I think you had the windshield at that time, but I
Uh,
think it was down.
it was it
It
was likely
pure
down.
Neil MO.
Yeah, it was likely down. If I don't have to have
And
a windshield, I don't.
because I want as much comfort as possible. Mine was up, but my driver's pane was broken. Not like
That's right. Your windshield was broken.
not horribly broken, but it was definitely maybe in my lane of vision that's not supposed to be. Uh, so we're wandering down the road, smoking. Windshield's
We're not
questionable.
smoking. Our Jeeps are
Well,
smoking.
yeah,
Right, right.
Jeeps are smoking.
Not in
We
true 1940,
Yes,
driving and smoking.
we
But
had filled up the MB with used motor oil before we left because it used it so profusely. Uh,
that's right.
and the lights come on, and I thought, I'm not speeding.
No, definitely not
I'm not
speeding.
definitely not speeding. So I apply the brake, and the Jeep drags right to the curb because it's a Willys. And cop comes up, and I was like, "What'd you pull me over for?" And I'm expecting windshield's going to be his number one thing.
Right.
Nope, it was because the Jeep was smoking. And my dad had a bad habit of being really upset and worked up with law enforcement. And somehow I inherited that. So I'm like really nervous. The cold sweats are happening and everything else, even though I haven't really done
You've
anything
done
wrong.
nothing illegal. It's important to note nothing has been illegal.
Yep. Because so important note with these plates, you're allowed to drive it to and from a show, out for a leisure Sunday drive, maintenance, go get gas, go get ice cream. All those are allowed
The real objective is you're just not supposed to drive it
every
every
day.
day.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. If you drive it, all summer long, every day to work, you shouldn't have historical plates.
Right. You should not have it, and it should be uh, the applicable vehicle safety laws of today. However, if we have historical plates on them, our vehicles are um, able to be like, not that I'm super proud of this, but there was a short period of time where I didn't have seat belts in the 48
So you don't have to have seatbelts.
because you don't have to have them. Right,
Pre 66
right, and that's what I'm
vehicles don't have
saying.
to have
But if you were
seatbelts.
to plate that Jeep under today's standards,
Nope.
really,
Still don't have to have plate. It only has to have the safety equipment of the year of manufacture. So if it's a
huh,
1965 and older, doesn't have to have seatbelts. They became standard in 66. Lots of other cars did choose to put them in. Now, where that does change is if you choose to put them in yourself, then you must wear them. If they're not present, then you don't have to.
even if it's, huh?
Yep.
You're
You could,
schooling me. I appreciate that.
I could daily drive a 1960 whatever
With a
with a regular
today's
plate
with a regular plate.
year round, and I would not have to wear a seatbelt.
We don't recommend that.
No,
We are pro seatbelt,
pro seatbelt.
and we are also pro law enforcement, despite your unnerved
I've gotten
nature.
better.
Yes, yes, yes. But anyway, so we get pulled over. I'm in the front, and
And things are going badly because the cops like, well, your Jeep is smoking, and I'm thinking, okay, it's a 45, it's original, it's going to do that, and that he says, well, and you shouldn't have that license plate on that Jeep, and I'm like, oh,
well, he actually I think he said you're not allowed on the road. Period.
not,
He didn't think it
yeah.
was registered.
Well, it is like a tractor. It is allowed on the road. No safety triangle needed. Um, anyway, so I go to pull out my registration, and this is one thing I wish, if someone's listening, please fix this. It's been years like this
in Ohio.
in
Yes.
Ohio. When you do year plates, it does not come up in their information on the police officer's screen on his computer. It just comes up NA. It's on your registration. And what the DMV tells you to do is to the plate that says historical vehicle goes underneath your driver's seat, so that if you need to present it in the act of what we're going through, getting pulled over,
Right.
you can prove that, and then it shows in your registration both numbers.
And I recall you had that.
I had that to the
We both did.
to the letter.
Again, I had.
And
I probably didn't have it to the letter, honestly.
yours wasn't underneath the seat.
Mine was not under the seat.
You
Who
probably
knows
don't know where
mine
that
was?
is. But anyway, I present that, and he's like, well, that's the plate you should have on it. And then we're arguing law right there on the side of the road. And obviously he wants to win, even though he was actually wrong in this moment. So then I'm digging my heels in. And thankfully, Neil came over and got me out of handcuffs that day.
Which is true, right?
Yes. Multiple occasions, Neil's helped me keep me out of handcuffs.
Out of handcuffs.
Not for doing anything wrong.
No.
Just having an attitude.
Yes, we have a humble experience with our very good law enforcement. Sometimes they don't always have the tools for our vintage vehicles.